and gentlemen, you have now entered the precipice of greatness. Welcome to Live from the Bench with JQ.
You sure look like a master to me.
And Boulevard.
I want to hear about this, homie.
So forget about it, cuz.
Round one, fight.
Up, well, say, damn, that shit was screaming at me.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy GQ. I'm here with Boulevard.
And Boulevard.
We're here to give you another great episode of Live from the Bench.
And Boulevard.
And Boulevard. I'm sorry, Boulevard. Let them know how you feeling. How you doing? How you doing?
I'm fired up.
They haven't seen you in a while, so they was
Definitely,
asking about
it's
you.
been 9 days since we've actually had an official episode, but longer than that since I've been here. That's all right. We ready. We ain't gonna let y'all linger too long. You want to jump right into it? Who is your Week 11? No, that can wait.
Did you say my 2K11?
Yeah, how's life? What's new in the world of GQ?
I am so sorry.
Hmm?
I could not hear what you were saying because your volume just went way down.
Well, I said, what's new in the world of GQ?
Well, GQ has been having the time of a life. I recently attended a Friendsgiving event. I'm sure you know what those are.
Sort
Where
of,
like
kind of. I don't have friends.
friends get together and um, they enjoy food and music and friendship and games or whatever
I
that you
enjoy
do.
food and music and games.
Yeah, I believe you. So this interaction was very amusing. It was very fun. Um, a couple former colleagues of mine were there. They're both women. The one of them was with their boyfriend.
Okay, so in this case, define colleagues.
People I used to work with.
Okay, so actual colleagues.
Yes. So they were there. One of the women, she was with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend was just sitting down watching the college game, and she was just standing and she was like taking out trash. And I was like, I went into the kitchen because I was just like, this is just weird to me. So I was like, hey, why is that pregnant woman? Why is that pregnant woman taking out the trash?
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh
And
no!
and they said, who? And I said, her with the black. Why is she taking out the trash? And they say she's not pregnant.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh no!
So I felt bad initially. I'm like, oh snap, she wasn't pregnant. And then everybody else were like, wait a minute, she's not pregnant. So then I felt better
Oh
because
shit!
everybody at the event felt the same way. Everyone was asking the same question. Is she pregnant? She looked pregnant. Everyone thought she was. So I felt a little bit better about myself.
I'm sure she did not feel better about herself. Hey, that's a hell of a wake up call right there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely entertaining because I was like, bruh.
Mm.
Just and the thing was because my 11-year-old,
Mm-hmm.
she was gonna ask her. She was like, I wanted to ask her if she was having a boy or a girl. And
Jeez.
I'm like, I'm so glad my daughter didn't say anything because that would have been embarrassing for somebody. I don't think my 11-year-old would have felt bad because I don't think she understands the weight of her words nowadays.
Kids kind of don't get that. Yeah. I
but
know I
she
sure as hell
definitely,
didn't.
that woman would have felt devastated. Because I wanted to be like, oh, why is her man just letting her just walk? He was sitting down and she was standing up, and I'm just like, bro, let her have your seat.
Mm,
There's no
that's
baby.
a tragedy. Well,
Yeah.
bad for that woman. Would have
Yeah.
been worse for her if the kid actually said something. But it ain't on
Yeah.
the kid to feel bad now. All you doing
It
is
was,
telling the truth, like you asking a perfectly logical question.
and so, and another thing about Friendsgiving, like, make sure, but like, somebody brought like a shrimp cocktail, or like, it was like a shrimp platter and Boulevard. You would have lost your shit if you saw the shrimp on this plate. The shrimp was gray, by the way.
Ew, man. See?
It's like they just took the shrimp and put barbecue sauce on it,
Oh my god.
called it a shrimp cocktail or something. I don't know what they were calling it, but it was in a plate and I was looking at it and I said, I'm going to eat it. I told myself, I'm going to take a bite. And my wife looked at me and she said, if you take a bite, don't say nothing about your stomach hurting tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
My
And you
stomach hurt
spending
the
all
next
day
day.
on the toilet with a fever and the poops. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna get the Hershey squirts for real doing shit like that.
I endured. I endured.
Mm.
Oh
Ain't
man.
really worth it to eat no sketchy seafood. No sketchy anything.
And then I'm sorry.
Go on.
We talked about the woman who likes to copy my wife in a previous episode. Well, she didn't do so. There was a point in time when my son played football. Jeremiah, your nephew,
Mm-hmm.
he played football. The following season, he went to go back out to play football, and no, it was the same season. The copier decided that my son's going to play football too. My son quit football, started playing soccer. The copier decided that her son didn't want to play football anymore and decided to join soccer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yesterday, the son, not mine, got upset with the coach, told the coach to shut up.
Oh
Mind you, these are
no.
7 year olds. These are 7 year olds. And he walked off the field and got in his parents' car. He texted my son that night. I saw it on the iPad. It says, I'm quitting soccer. I'm going to go play baseball.
Mm.
And I said to myself, put that boy back in football. He don't like nothing. He's not
Mm.
going to stay in anything. Just put him back in football. And I'm just, it's funny because at some point it's gotta be like the parenting has to start parenting. That's gotta happen at some point. But let's get back. I mean, it was sports adjacent, so we kept that conversation. But let's get back to why we're here, ladies and gentlemen, and it's football.
Yeah. Because I still wanted to get into who your what do you call it?
My ass of the week.
Ooh, that sounds a little okay.
I mean, I
So
call it
who is
the bum ass of the week.
there we go. That sounds
My
yeah.
bum ass of the week.
All right.
Well, I call it an ass of the week because not only are you ass this week, but you always also made an ass of yourself this week as well. So kind
Well,
of goes
especially in
hand in
this
hand.
case.
Yeah. So first, my ass of the week who performed ask this week was somebody who is always, when people list top 10 quarterbacks in the league, is always put before Jalen Hurts. And this week, I want to hear what y'all have to say about this guy because Justin Herbert is my ass of the week. 81 total yards. And if you had him on your fantasy team, you probably threw your phone. 4.3 4.3 points in most fantasy leagues. That's what
Mm.
Justin Herbert did for you. I know you're very upset. And I've been saying for a very long time, Justin Herbert is overrated as all hell. I am not a Justin Herbert guy. I do not like Justin
No.
Herbert. He is one of those people that just goes under the radar every year, does literally nothing, and gets fucking praised for it. Gets praised for it. So he's my ass of the week. Will probably be my ass of the year by the end of the year. Also,
That's America's ass.
and here is my ass, my other ass of the week. Um, this person made the list because not only did they perform like ass, they decided they were going to act like an ass. And that's Jamar Chase of the Cincinnati Bengals. Jamar Chase had 10 targets, 3 receptions for 30 yards. Now, I feel as though if you're doing that, if you're that bad in a game, you have no right to go out there and act like a complete asshole. Now, if you had 10 targets, 10 catches, and 200 yards, act the asshole all you want. I'm not going to say shit, but you did nothing. And then you
No.
just,
Yeah, go on.
no,
Go on.
he did nothing.
We're probably on the same path.
And he did
Go on.
nothing and then decided he wanted to jaw jack with Jalen Ramsey and then spit on him. He got hit in the face for it.
Mm-hmm.
Complete asshole. And it's unacceptable. Like spitting on a man is just unacceptable. And I feel like if
Them fighting words. Spitting on a
yeah,
man is fighting words.
and I'm going to say something. Some people might laugh at this. Some people might be like, "No, don't say that." Um, if that was Aaron Hernandez, we'd be having a different conversation.
Yeah, yes we would. Yeah. Right there on the field.
Yeah,
Go grab
like
some
that.
scissors from the medical tent or some shit. He
Yeah,
probably already
so
would have thought it out. He'd have been the one to
yeah,
do it too. If somebody was going to do that shit. There's a
ass of the
lot of
week.
crazy in the NFL, but he would have. Yeah, he was a menace. But yeah, there's no place for spitting really in any damn sport. It's disgusting. You're liable to
Yeah.
get your teeth knocked out,
Mm-hmm.
and that would be justified. It's like watch where you do that shit, and then you go on and say, no, I didn't spit on him. Like we don't have a clear ass shot of the spit leaving your mouth, flying under
Mm.
your helmet and onto his jersey. We can see it. We saw it. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
And I don't care NFL player or not, like any human being spits on me, that's a fight. That's just the way it has to be. It's only right.
Yeah.
That's the way.
That's
I
a fact.
mean, that's the way I'm a man, but I can't. You can't tolerate shit like that. You just can't. That's unacceptable behavior. I mean, I get that Jamar Chase was kind of swamped all game. They had his ass under wraps. They played good defense on him. That's why. What was it? 10 catches, 10 targets, 3 catches, something along those lines. I can't quite remember. I might be getting my games mixed up. But either way,
Mm.
yeah, I think I'm getting my games mixed up. But whatever. There's no place for that. There's no
No, not
place
at all.
for it. And he tried to appeal his suspension because he got a 1 game suspension, and it was upheld. He's still getting that 1 game suspension, and we should. He should. I guess that's a fair punishment because that's what dude Jalen. What was it, Jalen Carter or Jordan Davis? Which one did it earlier in the season?
Jalen Carter.
Yeah, well, he got 1 game too, right?
Well,
So
he was ejected, so they didn't give him
yeah,
a suspension.
okay, so he already that was the 1 game suspension.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so that's the standard. I hope this doesn't lead to a trend of people just spitting on each other because that's disgusting.
I feel
Like
like
at some
at
point,
the
it's
end of
going to end
this,
up out in the parking lot or some shit because you can't do that to another grown ass man.
if
There
I
have consequences.
yeah, if I was the NFL and normally I wouldn't say something like this, I wouldn't have an extreme punishment like that. But I think the standard for something like that, if you spit on somebody on national TV, on television, and the reason why I say this, and I want to go to this extreme, is because there are children watching. Children watch football. They're
Mm-hmm.
watching. So if you spit on the, on somebody in the game, that's you done for the rest of the season.
Mm.
I don't think you should play for the rest of the season because you're a bad product. I can't have a bad product on the field. You're an embarrassment to me, the league as an organization, not just the team, but the league. I think you should see the rest of your season go away.
Mm.
Put you on freaking photographer duty or something. That's like the
Yeah.
equivalent of customer service.
Some shit
Put
like
them on
that.
the chain. Put them on chains or something. I don't know.
Oh, I get it. Something that would kind of shame them because of their
Hmm.
position they're supposed to be. Yeah, I get it. There's nothing wrong with that. Make them clean the toilets or some shit.
Yeah.
Hmm. I don't know. Scrub the showers, do something. Yeah, earn that shit back. But I don't ever see nothing like that happening. And
No.
no, no, it
They'll
don't.
just
No, no.
they'll just go to the UFL.
Yeah, sure. Right. All right. Let me ask you this.
No.
Now that Daboll's gotten fired, and we'll come back to that probably
Mm.
right after this.
Mm.
Who would you? I mean, I don't remember what the name of the guy is that's interim there, but would you rather next season the coach to be named would be either Chip Kelly or Kevin Patullo? Which one would you rather be playing against twice a year?
So if I'm the Giants, I'd rather play. I would rather go Kevin Patullo only because Chip Kelly has had a from a coach from if I'm the Giants, if I'm the Giants, I'm not touching Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly is an offensive coordinator at best. I'm not bringing him anywhere near my.
It's not proven to be a good, very good one of those either.
He, I agree. I feel like Kevin Patullo
That's why
could
I feel like it's
probably,
almost a lock that he's gone after this season. Why I put him on this because
yeah.
we
And
have a
my thing
strong
about Chip,
team.
yeah, my issue with Chip Kelly, I feel like Chip Kelly has an ego issue where it's like it'll probably ruin the organization worse than what it is.
Mm.
Chip Kelly will get Joe Shane fired. I feel as though any GM in the NFL would be stupid to bring Chip Kelly into the into their organization as a head coach. That'd be
Mm.
the dumbest thing. And if any owner is looking at Chip Kelly to bring him as head coach, I will be as the GM. I'll be like, absolutely not.
Here's what I know for certain: the moment that Chip Kelly became the Giants' head coach, well, it's in 3 months. Let's say August before the season. Tyrone Tracy's gone
Hmm.
for reasons. uh, Dexter Lawrence. Is Dexter Lawrence their big guy?
Yep.
Gone for reasons. Just immediately.
Reasons.
That's the one thing I know for certain. There are going to be players of a certain level that are going to be gone because that's just the Chip way. You can't tolerate certain personalities. I'm being as political as hell as I can be right now.
Hey, you gotta be.
Everybody out there knows exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So some of those players will be gone without hesitation. And to me, it's like I obviously wouldn't want either, but out of those two, Jesus Christ.
I would go Kevin Patullo if I'm the Giants and I had to go. If my options were Chip Kelly or Kevin Patullo, I'll go Kevin Patullo because one, it's a safer pick, and two, I could just say, "Hey, you're gonna be a head coach, but you're not gonna call plays."
Mm. No, Chip Kelly, because I love seeing Chip Kelly fail. And if Chip Kelly's failing and the Giants are failing, that's like, oh, happy day.
I
My
mean,
sins are washed away, kind of thing. Like, I'm
I,
feeling
I
good.
if I got to play against them twice a year, I
Mm-hmm.
want I want Kevin Patullo to become the Giants head coach. If I'm the Eagles, I want Kevin Patullo to become the Giants head coach. And here's why: because you get that stain out of the Eagles organization, get it out of
Oh
there.
yes, yeah. Actually, yeah. That's my answer. I'm changing my answer.
You get
Fuck
that
Chip
stain out of
Kelly.
the Eagles locker room, they can go out and get an actual offensive coordinator that
Yeah.
can actually get us points on the board and not fucking play whatever game that he's playing. Because they say don't play checkers, don't play. They can't. You know when they say play chess, not checkers. Kevin Patullo's not even playing checkers. He's playing Connect Four,
Mm.
and that's not the kind of offense you need to have. Like we're out here playing fucking 3D chess. That's the way you need to be. Like Kellen Moore, just surgical with his offense. So let him go to the Giants and then make Jackson Dart look like ass. Make fucking Scatterbo like run him like what they'll do with Scatterboo. Kevin Tullo run with Scatterboo, have him running fucking to the outside, to the weak side of the offensive line, doing tosses and stuff, trying to be like, oh, Scatterboo can get around the edge. Like, no, he can't. So
Fair enough. Be a disaster either way. I guess
it would
that's
be.
the overall point of that. All right.
It'll be
Move
Doug
forward.
Peterson.
Yeah. I mean, yay, good for them. As long as it ain't coming back to us. Now, GQ. Let's do that role playing thing that you're weirdly into. I mean, give you some encouragement. You're Brian Daboll. You just got the boot, and realistically, you shouldn't be more happy because now you can actually go get the job that you're meant to be, which is somebody's OC. So let me ask you this: how are you feeling, and where do you want to go next season to coach the offense, to call plays, and where do you want to go?
Uh, so I knew this was coming. It was a matter of time. I think best case scenario for me is Philadelphia. I would like to go to Philadelphia. Uh, go
Go ahead
back
and
and
go
coach
wherever
Jalen
you're
again.
going.
I would like to go back and coach Jalen again.
Thank you,
Uh,
assistant.
and yeah, that would be a great spot for me because with the weapons that Philadelphia has, I would like to coach them. I mean, who wouldn't want to coach such a dynamic team like that? I'll get another chance with Saquon and get another chance with Jalen. I'm all in on the Eagles. But if I can't go to the Eagles, it'd be their offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Send me to Tennessee. You know,
You just had two rookie quarterbacks. You don't get another quarterback on their first contract to ruin. He's already screwed. Don't make it worse by going to Tennessee. How you gonna do that to that man?
hey, they're gonna
Man,
pay
just
me.
getting started. He's showing some promise, but you just gonna make it worse. I mean, and as far as going to Philly, no, just no. I don't think there's anybody in Philly's like, yeah, we should hire Dayball. Not with a straight face. I mean, you had your chance to be like, yeah, we saw what you can do. We just saw your offenses, and you got
Mm,
fired because they weren't very good. Because your line wasn't very good. Really, I mean, really, because your line wasn't very
mm.
good. But no, I don't want him there.
Okay.
I mean, if he were wise, he'd probably go back to college.
He
That'd probably be the
was
best move for him. Or yeah, go back to college,
Penn
go
State.
run an offense down there, get re-inspired, and come back. That's what I think is the
Mm,
best scenario for Dayball.
mm. Okay. Who else is next?
And
Who am I?
wait, let me just add that
Okay,
that
go
probably
ahead.
won't be what he does because he's probably already been in contact with teams
Yeah.
about OC positions already. So I'm just saying that what I feel would have been the best scenario for him, which to go back down, get re-inspired, go check out the next crop of quarterbacks coming in, get a head start on that, and then be ready when you get your next job. Because I mean, if he goes on or he has 2 years of success in college, he's coming right back to the NFL as an OC. So, if not a head coach, and maybe it'll be good for him. But yeah, moving forward. GQ,
Huh?
your team just came out of the gutter. You were looking bad. Now you're at 500 after a 1-4 start, and you are the Baltimore Ravens.
Mm.
You're John Harbaugh of the Baltimore
I'm
Ravens.
John Harbaugh.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't going to give you an easy one like Lamar Jackson. He wasn't even playing. So, yeah, you are John Harbaugh.
I'm a Super Bowl winning coach. This is
No, I mean the Ravens Harbaugh.
yeah. I'm a Super
Okay.
Bowl winning coach. This is not new to me. I just knew that once we got Lamar back, we can get back in rhythm. Plus, we were playing the Browns, so it's no shocker.
Yeah, that's true. I did
I'm
not
great.
take that into account when I was asking this question. That was more about the streak.
I'm
The
the
fact
best
that you're on the
quarterback.
way back up. What surprises me, like the point differential of the Ravens right now is literally +1. You're sitting at
Mm.
500 and our point differential is +1. They got a losing record at home on top of that. This shit is just phenomenal. But I mean, a 4-game win streak is nothing to sneeze at, and it's one of the longer streaks in going on right now. It's not Denver. I mean, it's not Denver by far. It's not. Yeah, I put it that way. It's not Denver.
Mm-mm.
Denver is sitting at what, 8 straight? Yeah, it's not that. Okay, so yeah, talk your shit. Basically,
I'm a,
talk your shit, John Harbaugh.
listen. I don't know if you guys assume that the Steelers or the Bengals were going to do anything. This is my division to lose, and we're not about to lose to the Steelers. I don't care. Look, Aaron Rodgers is hurt now, so listen, we about to take it back. Goodbye, Aaron. Go ahead and run with Mason Rudolph. Don't let him get hit with a helmet again, because this is the Ravens division. I'm John Harbaugh, and the Ravens are going to win the division again.
I mean, shit, they're 1 game behind the Steelers right now. 1 game. Let me check the schedule. See when that is happening. When they face each other. That's going to be exciting. Oh, okay. It's good. It's this December 7th. They're going to play. It's like when they play each other, and that's probably going to be highly important, but not as important as the last game of the season where they play each other, and maybe the division's on the line. Maybe Mason Rudolph doesn't shit the bed, and they actually come out and look good and hold their own. Probably not. So yeah, I'd go with you on that. It's the Ravens division to lose right now. They're closer to full strength than whatever Pittsburgh is. I mean, if Aaron Rodgers is having trouble, then they're just back to square one. They're relying on Kenny Gainwell for a big chunk of their offense, and to me, that in itself is insane. So, just saying, we've seen what Gainwell is. So
Yeah,
maybe he was in the wrong system. Maybe he just didn't fit where he was. Who's to say? I'm not an expert on that sort of thing, but the fact that they're relying on him for really any major chunk of their offense is kind of a bad strategy.
I agree.
It works when it works, and it don't when it don't, I guess. But it's just a surprise to me to see him in such a major role for them. And like you said, I mean, I don't know how hurt is Aaron Rodgers. Do you know?
He's got like a slight fracture or something like that.
Is he missing games in what's sure to be his last season?
I believe so. I
Mm,
believe he is missing games.
but it's not
Uh,
season ending or nothing.
they haven't specified. I think they're still
Okay.
discussing it. I think it's still
Huh.
fractured left wrist.
Mm, okay. Non-throwing.
Yeah,
All right. He'll probably play. But
Put a club on
yeah,
his arm.
Pittsburgh's in the top spot right now in that division, and they can fall off at any time because they're Pittsburgh, and we know they only play well enough to get to 500. So
Mm,
it's your division to lose, John Harbaugh.
I don't
Two-time
lose.
MVP Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, whoever wants to shine at receiver on that day.
Nice.
Anyway, now going back to the NFC. You're one of the biggest loudmouth coaches in the league, and you have your fair share of success, but not when you're facing the Eagles. GQ, you are Dan Campbell.
I
How's
made
it
a
feel?
mistake. I made a
How's it
mistake.
taste, motherfucker? How's it taste, motherfucker?
I can't. I kept going for it. I thought I was aggressive. I thought the Eagles' defense wasn't good, but we got to come out there and just punch people in the mouth. That's what we do.
Oh,
That's what we do.
5 tries. 5 times you tried to go for it on fourth down. 5 times.
Listen, listen.
At some
I
point, you were
thought
just that was just your ego. At some point, that was just your ego. I'm sorry.
you could call it my ego. I just didn't know. I was trying to figure out what Ben was doing when he was here. I couldn't figure it out. Um, so I'm like, we still got the same guys. I just didn't understand what he was doing differently. Maybe he
I
was
guess
just
not.
getting the first downs before fourth down, but I figured the Eagles defense would just like mess up at some point. It didn't really work the way I thought it would, but what you gonna do? You gonna punish me? You gonna fire me for making a
Fire you
mistake?
know, point and laugh at you. Absolutely, that's what I'm doing.
Listen,
The thing
fortune
is, what
favors the bold, and I'm Dan Campbell. I've been an interim coach, head coach so many times that they decided that I was going to be a coach eventually.
fortune favors the bold. 2 of 9 on third down, 0 of 5 on fourth down. Fortune did not favor your team.
Listen, I'd rather ask for forgiveness than ask for permission, and they'll forgive me.
Well, as long as you understand, you can't win. You can't win. You can't win.
Oh, and I need the NFL to test Jalen Phillips because the way he embarrassed Penei Sewell has to be investigated
Mm.
because he wasn't even the starter in Miami. I don't understand it.
He's a
No
sacker.
further
That's
questions.
what he do. That's what he
No
do.
further
He
questions,
beats
Your
back.
Honor.
He beats tackles. He beats you off the edge. He beats you in the inside. Actually, I don't know if he do because I don't study defense that hard.
No further questions, Your Honor. Oh
All
wait, this
right.
isn't court.
No, this isn't court. Otherwise, Dan Campbell would be under a lot more pressure for being full of shit.
He needs
Mm. Like
a
we be talking
laxative.
perjury charges or some shit.
He's an asshole.
Maybe get him on Rico with Jamar Chase and Patrick Beverly.
If he was a player, he'd be my ass of the week. If Dan Campbell was a player still, he'd be my ass of the week.
Mm. I think you've had coaches on there before. You have Patullo
Yeah,
on there. You
yeah.
have Chris Collinsworth on there. That was me. That was all me. I ain't going. Chris
Gibbs
Collinsworth is always
Collinsworth.
on that list.
I
Can't
know a
stand his
guy.
work. Mm.
Here's a guy.
Yeah, exactly. Here's a guy who should have tape duct taped around his mouth and his nose so he can't breathe no more. And then somebody should fart in his face. Anyway, before we get to the Eagles talk, I want to do some player happiness meter shit. And,
Ooh,
it'll lead into the Eagles stuff. But Shedeur Sanders got his first start. Well, not first, well, his first live game time when it really mattered. When he came into the game last week. He didn't do very well. I'm not bothering to look up his stats because we all know he didn't do very well. I believe he threw a game costing interception late in the game, if I'm not mistaken, right?
He did.
Threw an interception, yeah. So you know, word on the street is he didn't get many reps through camp, through the season, through any of it. So he was about as unprepared as you could get. Now, is the coach really just sabotaging this guy? Because it doesn't
I'm a,
seem like he's made any effort to put him in position to be successful.
I'm gonna go ahead and say yes. He's sabotaging him, and I feel like he's getting. And the NFL should investigate this. I feel like Stefanski is getting a bonus in some way, shape, or form to make this guy look bad. Because, and I'll say this: Shedeur was 9 of 7. Wait, no, what was he? 4 of 17. He was 4 of 17 for
Oh
47
my
yards.
God, you're gonna make me look up stats.
I think I got it.
I hate
Four of
stats.
17 for 47 yards. However, five, 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 five. That is the key word. 5 drop passes that were in players' hands, not like outstretched arms, like hitting players' chests, hitting their hands, drops. So they complete those passes. For one, you complete those passes, you got a touchdown.
Yeah.
Complete those passes, you've extended drives, possibly get another touchdown there. You're at what was that? You complete all those 5 passes. What are you looking at? 9 for 17 touchdown, and then on the pass where he was intercepted, he had zero time to pass the ball. Zero time. The defenders were running straight through. There's an image somewhere where there are 3 Cleveland Brown blockers blocking no one as somebody runs straight through the line. And that was the play where Shedeur threw the interception.
I still
I'm
can't believe
not
the Browns beat the Eagles in the preseason.
yeah. It was Shedeur who did it.
Mm,
And
still
so
crazy.
I'm gonna say they didn't give this man the benefit of the doubt. They even, and I'm gonna go ahead and go further and say that they 100% did not intend on helping him succeed. They wanted to embarrass him because I remember at some point during the offseason that they had him in training camp. They had him with the third string offense
Mm,
going against the first team defense.
that's setting you up to fail, yeah.
That's setting up the fail, and I feel like that should be investigated because
Treating a man like
if
a
there was
camp on.
if there was collusion, this is collusion. And I feel like you remember a couple years ago they had fined that owner because they were trying to tank, and like it was
Miami?
like yeah, him, Stephen Ross. I feel like we should start looking at them at the Browns because that's tanking. If that's just like they gotta investigate this because if that's actually what they doing, they actually tanking. They tanking just to embarrass him. That's bad because
Oh,
it's
that
bad
seems
on
like the
both parts.
stretchiest stretch.
Nah, I don't want that. I don't know if that's a. I don't know because if they literally setting this man up to fail, that's tanking all in itself.
Yeah, but there's so many jobs that would be lost just over stupid things like that. It would be irresponsible as hell to do all that just to harm one player's career. I mean,
Hey,
especially when the player already had said, I don't want to play for this team, I don't want to play for that team. But yeah, which is one of the reasons he fell as far as he did. Is talking and getting ahead of yourself, counting your chickens before you hatch. And it didn't work out that way. So I mean, he's probably going to be. He's probably not going to be there after the season. Otherwise,
no.
there's just going to be a bunch of nonsense quarterback controversy, and we're back to the Browns are trash for another season. So they're going
Oh,
to have to commit to a guy, and it's obvious they're more than likely going to commit to Gabriel. So just find a spot somewhere where you can use you first. They can actually put the effort into developing Shedeur for today. Somebody like Matt Stafford or someone steps down.
mm-hmm.
which is what him and Gabriel realistically should be doing, because neither one of them is at this point a starter quarterback. Neither one of them should be starting for a team. They're both
Right.
late round picks, mid to late round picks. They're not expected to be out there. And if you look through history, very few quarterbacks that were selected when they were set out did have success. So at best, they have bench potential. And when one guy's just running his mouth saying, "Don't pick me, don't pick me," like you're really going to ball out, then when you get out there, you got to show a lot more than what he showed, even with the
Yeah.
mixed passes. And we're talking about going from college to pro when this is his first live action against pro at the highest form. He was ill prepared. So yeah, maybe it was sabotage, but maybe they just did not really want him to go out there because he wasn't ready. But, I mean, Gabriel wasn't ready either, but
And,
I don't think it was sabotage. I just don't think he was ready, because somebody, in spite of him talking all the things he said before the draft, if he had showed that much, he would have been picked up. Because at
but
first, like, I thought that there was going to be a whole scandal and a thing like that, but it's like that's ridiculous. This is professional sports. If they're still doing crap like that, then these teams would rather lose would rather just they'd rather lose, and that doesn't make sense to me, because
it
there's
doesn't make
people
sense.
involved who are out there trying to play their hearts out to get to win. So
I agree with you. They will be stupid, but I'm
if they're
gonna
doing
say
that,
something.
then why did they bring back Miles Garrett? If they're going to do this, why did they bring him back? Why do things like that?
I
Like,
don't
now you're
know,
basically
but
resigning
I'm
that
gonna
man's career to nothing but failure, and he's playing on, like, possibly, like, well, really a great defense right now, and they can't win because they're bullshitting with whoever the quarterback is.
But I got something. Ready? You ready for this? This is why I want to. This might solidify my point that they are purposely trying to lose. They're purposely trying to suck because in the off season, Gabriel or Shedeur got first team reps.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't, the
Right.
first team reps went to Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco. So both of those guys were getting the reps over both of those draft picks. So those guys wasn't even getting the reps just for the Browns to trade both of those guys. They were setting
And
up.
that's
I don't even.
sabotage. Yeah.
That's sabotage. I wouldn't say necessarily they're trying to sabotage Shador. I mean, that's possible. They probably not trying to sabotage Shador. They're probably just trying to send him a lesson. I think that could be part of it. But I also think that the Browns are purposely trying to stop themselves from being successful. I feel like there is a lot because if knowing that your team is only a quarterback away from success,
Mm-hmm.
why are you doing this? Why are you setting yourself up for failure? Because I don't know anybody who would have picked Dylan Gabriel to be their starting quarterback.
No, I had
So that
Shedeur. I mean, my mock draft had Shedeur going somewhere in the 20s. I don't remember
yeah,
exactly where, but somewhere in the 20s.
I had Shador going to the Saints, so that was just weird.
Could have been the
They've got
Saints. I do not. No, the Saints definitely wasn't picked in 20. But yeah, it could have been. I don't remember who. But possibly the
so
Rams. I had him as a draft and develop because I didn't want him to go out there immediately.
honestly, I didn't think the Browns were going to go quarterback. I thought they were going to go best available, in which best of it was going to be. I thought it was going to be Travis Hunter. I thought Browns were going to go Travis Hunter.
The players to go to a good team with a good system. Not
Hmm.
every quarterback needs to be thrown out there immediately.
Yeah, I agree.
Some quarterbacks mentally they aren't ready. Some quarterbacks physically they aren't ready. Maybe they need to put on 20 pounds. Shit like that. There's a lot of things in that transition. Shedeur, Gabriel. I mean, like, look how many first round quarterbacks don't even succeed.
Hmm.
So I mean, some of it's the system, some of it's the team, some of it's the coach, some of it's the GM. Sometimes they just don't put the right piece around. Sometimes they don't develop a strong enough line. Shit like that happens with quarterbacks.
I
Like
mean,
when
I
you
would
put
like to
into a
see them both
situation
succeed.
like you are with the Browns offense, there's not really much to go on.
Right.
So you've already offensively, you're already put in a position to fail. Then you're in a system that does not really value success. You're on a team that doesn't value success. They're used to
Mm-hmm.
winning. They're used to losing. They're comfortable losing. Like there's a lot that you have to change before that team would become something, and it's not going to be when you're trying to argue between a third round quarterback and a fifth round quarterback. Neither one of them is in a situation
Absolutely.
to succeed. What should have happened was the exact moment that they traded Joe Flacco to Cincinnati, that coach should have stepped down. That GM should have stepped down because they
Mm-hmm.
conceded the season. They resigned themselves to doom and gloom and failure. So they should have stepped down, let someone else take over. And, maybe somebody interim. Maybe they'll get a little rally out of the team, get a little high hope out of the team that Ding Dong the Witch is gone. But no,
Mm.
they're going to ride it out with this shit. So they're doomed to failure. Doesn't matter who starts. Probably shouldn't be there. Gabriel probably shouldn't be there. They should both be somewhere backing someone up. And they're on a team that doesn't have enough talent around them to give them any success.
Mm.
I'm not talking about the
Doomed to
offense.
fail.
I mean, I'm talking about the offense. I'm not talking about the defense. That defense, if it actually had a good offense, or at least a strong enough offense to not lose you games, to not just not lose the ball, maybe they could control the clock, something along that nature. Maybe we'd be talking about an all-time great defense. That's the kind of shit I'm talking about.
I agree with you.
But this team is doomed to failure. It's just the way it is. They're not committed to winning. They've never been committed to winning. You can look back at their quarterback history just over the last decade. They've never been committed to winning. When they've had success, they've kicked the quarterback out the door. So it doesn't matter who's starting there. They're not going to win because the overall organization is not committed to winning. Otherwise, that coach would have been gone, their GM would have been gone.
I agree.
Sorry for the rant. How the hell did we get there? That wasn't even one of the topics.
I think we were doing happiness meter.
Still wasn't one of the topics. Oh, Shedeur. Okay. Damn. So what was his happiness on a 1 to 10? How happy was Shedeur? Shedeur.
Uh Shedeur is happy he got the opportunity. He's unhappy with the performance. I'd
I
say
mean,
his happiness is at a 3.
I'd say let him run it back with some actual reps this week, with a walkthrough and all that good shit. Let him actually have a chance to go through the playbook, find the things he likes, and all that shit. That's what needs to happen because it's going to be his first real game coming out the gate. And he play as it's going to be his first real game coming out the gate, and he's going to have to be comfortable early.
Yeah.
That line has to carry that run game, and that run game has to hold him to where he only just has to not make mistakes. Because you didn't give him reps when he needed in practice for the
Mm-hmm.
longest time. You didn't give him enough in game to see where he was at. So this is his last week was a scrimmage to him. He knows where he went wrong, and he knows how to fix it. Hopefully, not
Yes.
coach. He should have good coaches that can help him fix it. So there you go. Either they're going to leave him hanging again this week, unprepared and lost, or he's going to look a lot better. And he mean, like you said, with the 5 minutes, 5 drop passes, he could have looked better. So there's hope. But there's not much hope because they're still the Browns. And good news for them, they get Vegas and Tennessee 2 of their next 3 games. Two, yes. They're at Vegas and they're at home for Tennessee. In between, that's a San Fran game, but that's not important to the narrative.
Right.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, I guess I'll go with you. I'm with you. 3 could be happier, but he has reason to be hopeful. All right, moving forward. Now we're getting into ego shit. Where do I start this? Where do I start this? Because the topic is going to be AJ Brown and the fact that he actually got a fair number of targets and was completely covered. Most of the game. When he got him, he was still covered and did not get to break out for too many yards too often, if at all. I remember. I got to go through it again. But yeah, if you're AJ Brown, you get the win. You get your targets. You didn't make much of it. I mean, you turned chicken salad into chicken shit, kinda. So, how happy are you with your performance in the team?
Uh AJ Brown, he's a 5 because he got what he wanted, but he's still gonna be mad because now he think because basically it's like saying that I'm what we're missing, and then when they target you, you're not what they're missing.
Oh, he
It's
was
just
smothered a lot. Like not physically. He was covered
yeah,
very
yeah.
well.
I agree with that, but I feel like and again, I feel like yes, he's happy that he got his reps. I mean, he got his targets, but I feel like what he's upset about is probably still there because he's like the system is not working, and so he's a 5, but he's still upset because what he's asking for is not being answered because what he's saying is give the offense like let the unleash this offense. You have these weapons, unleash them. Like they're acting as if Grant Calcaterra is the starting tight end and not a guy like Dallas Goddard. They're acting like they're taking an offense with Terrace Marshall and
They had Calcaterra out there for a bit, but he was mostly blocking.
and he's a bad blocker at that.
Yeah.
My point exactly. The offense is not working. It's just not it. So I think AJ's a 5 because he knows and that's the reason why AJ is so upset is because he knows what this offense is capable of, and they're not playing to the best of their ability. And I'm not going to say anybody on this offense is particularly doing bad. I feel like it's 100% the offense that's being run that's putting these guys in a bad space because they're not defenses aren't shutting down Saquon Barkley. It's 100% the plays that's being run. Receivers aren't necessarily being strapped up. They're putting receivers in bad situations, like bad route combinations. Like they're not running against the weakness. They're not using the strength of their offense and scheming it around the weakness in that defense. Like for his example, if they're running freaking a cover 2, run that fucking flat sevens. Like I just spent like a whole week in a coaches seminar and listening to these coaches, Brian Billick, Mike Smith, uh, Gerard Crucy, Bob Wiley, just listening to these guys in these meetings and they're talking. Aaron Brady, these guys they're talking about the different offenses, and I'm just like, how is it that I feel like I probably maybe I'm just being a bit cocky or my ego, but I feel like at some point Kevin Patula has to know these things, and why isn't he trying to go to the strength of a defense? Because that's what I've learned how to do just in that week is looking at a defense, looking at film. It's like really, you don't just watch film. You just like you don't just watch film. Like you actually have to watch it and actually be like, okay, this is what they're doing. I don't feel like not Stefanski, Patullo's not doing that. So AJ's upset. He's not happy. He's probably like happy that like he's getting targets, he's being used, but it's not he's not being used to the best of his ability. Neither is the rest of the team.
Say the route trees they're running are kind of limited too.
Yeah,
They're
and
not doing enough things to schematically find advantages or make advantages. They're not being creative enough in the play calling because the defenses seem to know what the hell routes they're running ahead of time, so they're predictable before the play. This is all just these are coaching. This is coaching. So yeah, it does fall on Patullo. And if it falls on Patullo, it falls on Sirianni to get this shit under control. The sooner he does that, the sooner we don't have to deal with AJ Brown's bullshit trying to get attention because he's not getting the ball enough for his satisfaction. Like, come on, man, be for real. You're winning, and you're winning. Like, not dominantly,
mhm.
but you're winning. You're having success. You're
Yes.
coming off a very successful season, like as successful as you can possibly be. Just play the damn game. We get it.
Yeah.
You're not being targeted as often as you were last year. Devontae sometimes gets more targets than you. Goddard sometimes gets more targets than you. You're also the number one option, which means you're the focus of the damn offense, if not Barkley, than you.
Hmm.
So it's up to you to take that next step. Okay? It's up for you to get the separation to get the ball. Because when you're getting the little bit you're getting, as we saw in the last game, when you're getting some, you're actually getting the damn ball. Like you're getting it thrown to you. Now, when it's thrown to you, it's up to you to use your physical strengths, your gifts that were blessed to you to get the damn ball.
Hmm.
Not to put half-ass effort into it, and you can go back and watch clips and you can see where he took plays off in that game. Not to be half-assed, but to go all out if you're committed. Okay? So it works both ways. You, AJ, have to be committed on every play because that's what your job is. You're being covered by their top option most of the time, I assume, because you're our top option.
Yeah.
So if you're not getting separation, it's because you're either being shut down or you're slacking. Because we know you're better than that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because he's not. Maybe he's just not getting the right balls in the right spots. Maybe he's not getting the 50-50s. I don't know, but maybe he's just not. Yeah, maybe there's a communication issue. Maybe it is the defense being schematically just superior and knowing what the hell they're doing. It could be any number of these things. But still, what's not happening is AJ's not getting open. He's not getting separation. When he is getting separation, he's getting the ball. So, but you know who is getting open? Devontae. You know what is finding space? Devontae. So he's getting the ball more. Not this last game, but I think that was more just an effort to shut AJ Brown up. So by getting him the ball more. Oh, but go ahead,
I
Floyd.
agree with that. I agree with that.
I kind of lost myself in the motion there. Forgot what I was trying to get my point across, but AJ Brown, if you're open, they'll give you the ball. Okay, get open. Everybody wants you to have the ball. Everybody wants to see you get the ball. See you get 12 catches. See you get 18 touches, 18 targets. We all want to see that. We would love that for you.
We would love that.
Really, we would. But you got to put in the effort too. Okay, you know you're going to face their best defense, their best D-back, their best corner at least. You on and you get a grace for that, but there's a reason you're making the money you're making. There's a reason you're put in the
Mm,
position you're put in. You got to find ways to get open. Even if you and Hurts got to go a little whisper about it. Got to work your own little size of communication to get open. So be it. But it's your relationship that's going to carry this. It's your quarterback QB wide receiver relationship that's going to
yes.
make a big difference on this team. So y'all got to work this shit out. Y'all just got to figure out what the hell and work that shit out. Because what you doing out there, taking those plays off, half-assing it, being just smothered like that, no, they ain't cutting it. We know you're better than that. We've seen you better than that. So get better than that. And
Do better.
Patullo, your job schematically is to put these players in position to where they can get the ball in space. That's your job. Your job ain't to just abuse HB dive. Just simplify it. Just the A over and over, right up the middle, right up the middle. And everybody sees it coming. You can't keep doing that. You got to do. You got to. There's more than that. Like playbooks got like 500 plays in them. Be serious. There's so many things you can do. So many things that have been done over the years. You can't look through any playbooks and find any signs of creativity, anything that sparks your joy, anything that brings you light, that you're like, oh, I can do this, and I can do that out of that, and I can do this. I can, oh my God, I can use motion. I can use screen passes. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude, what the fuck, Patullo? It's it's not as you make it you make this you make it look harder than it ever has to be with what you got out there. You make
Yeah.
this look difficult. You are terrible at what you're doing. Okay, and if that's the best you got, let somebody else try. Let somebody else get a shot because I don't think they could do worse. I
And
don't. You making MVP candidates look like trash out there.
yeah, and to go right ahead, I think this nonsense with Patullo in the AJ Brown situation, I think it brings extra attention to somebody who I've been talking about for a few years now, who probably needs to be exiled from the Eagles coaching staff. And the person I'm referring to is Danny Wood. No,
Not Woodhead. You're talking about
Aaron Moore. Aaron
Aaron Moore.
Moorhead,
Yeah.
the wide receivers coach, because he has not developed anything, nothing at all. He's probably seen receivers regress more than anything. So
Yeah, I mean, outside of the two, yeah, you can't really say we haven't got much. I mean, how many receivers has
yeah,
he actually have actually improved under him?
none.
Like to where we
Zakai
see it on the field, we see a big
Olamide was
breaking.
trash. Zacchaeus was trash. The Hodson was
Mm-hmm.
trash. There was somebody before Olamide was here. I can't remember who it was. They just didn't do it. What was his name? Quez Watkins. Was Keys Quez Watkins?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was.
Chris Watkins, yeah.
Yeah, you could not develop him. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean, that would make a huge difference if these receivers that we were picking up over the years were actually getting better. Like if
yeah,
we actually saw
because
something come of Wilson and Smith,
hmm
that would be lovely if we actually saw them turn into something on the field. I understand injuries and all, but if they turned into something, that would be amazing.
and I'll say this: Johnny Wilson and Elijah. What was I can't remember. It was the other receiver. They said the reason these guys were making the jump that they were making in the offseason was because not because of wide receivers coach. It was because Nick Sirianni, who was a college receiver, actually has been spending more time with them in off season.
Oh hell, whatever works.
But
We
not the
should
receivers coach whose
no
job
more
it
things
is.
not working. Yeah,
And that's my problem. It's like you're the receivers coach. You have to be doing that. If you can't develop these positions, then you need to go so we can go and get somebody who can.
somebody who can. All right. Yeah, moving forward with the Eagles thing. Jalen Phillips. So we're still on a happiness meter. How happy is Jalen Phillips to be a Philadelphia Eagle?
Man, what was it? He got 13 pressures in the past 2 games.
Mm,
13 pressures in the past 2 games.
that's different.
Um, he is probably the happiest person there. I'd
Mm,
say he's probably at 8 in happiness only because he wants the sack.
mm.
But he last week he was freaking. what was it? A fumble, forced fumble, and a fumble recovery.
Hmm.
Hit the quarterback 7 times, or pressured the quarterback 7 times. The way he embarrassed Penny Sewell was crazy. If I could get that clip without getting dinged, I would
Hmm.
play it. He
Right.
basically Penny Sewell, one of the best, if not the best, right tackle in the game. Well, I'm not going to say he's the best because
Yeah.
Lane's still
Yeah.
a
Lane's.
person.
Yeah.
Jalen
No, that's
Phillips got past Penny Sewell with no problem whatsoever.
hmm.
He pretzeled Jared Goff. So
Hmm.
he's that man's happy. He's expressed that he was happy to be back with Vic.
Yeah.
So
So it must have been horrible in Miami. That's a weird sentence. Horrible in Miami.
I like I like him. He goes, I love Vic. I love Vic. That's what he said. I love Vic.
Hmm.
I love you, Vic. I love you, Vic Fangio.
Yeah. Unfortunately, WWE, SmackDown Raw, that shit's still trash. And that's why we don't be doing the live shows anymore. If anybody out there actually knows,
Oh yeah.
just because it's trash.
Yeah, you'll probably see my gaming content on Live from the Sticks before you see another WWE Live. And I'm sorry. It's not happening. I can't. Like the and you can probably if you want to recommend a different wrestling promotion to watch, to do a live, but I'm not going to pay for a live.
Mm.
I'm not paying to watch somebody's pay-per-view. You out of your mind.
Yeah, no, we should be past that as a society. I mean, some ain't got no damn choice when it comes to the indies, but nah, I will find a way to not pay for that but watch it. I always do. Oh, random question. Where's Kirk Cousins next year? I just thought about it the other day. It's like, I wonder
On
where
a couch.
Kirk is going to. Is he in Atlanta? Is he in Cleveland? Is he in New York with the Jets? Is he in Vegas? Or is he retired?
He's on his couch. He's on his
Yeah.
couch. He showed exactly who he was when he got in the game this past weekend. He showed who he was. Think he threw an interception, like in the first drive, I believe. He
Well,
showed
there's
who he
other
was.
we should have looked into, like what actually happened with him, his numbers. But yeah, I just rely on the fact that he was the most average quarterback that ever existed, and now he's worse than that. So,
Yeah,
and he
he's gonna
won't
be
get
on the couch.
money
He's
for it.
gonna be on the couch.
Couch. I mean, like his couch probably is made of actual cloud. That's how much money he's made, ripping off teams year after year. Good for
And that
him
man
though.
still wears he wears cargo pants.
Mm. I mean, to me, if he's smart, he goes to Vegas because Vegas is at least trying over there. Problem
I
was
mean,
they
I
had
could s-
Chip Kelly, and he hasn't really proven to be very good in the pros. So
if if he doesn't retire this year, he'll probably I'll say the Jets or the Raiders.
go
I
to
can't really
Vegas,
see
throw
him.
with the Bowers, hand it
Yeah,
to Tennessee.
that'll probably be his last stop. One of
Mm.
those two teams.
But he could
I
get
would
2 years there if he has some success.
I wouldn't say the Jets because it looks like the Jets are now in like a weird limbo phase where they're like trading away everything. So I wouldn't say they'll bring in Cousins. So it'll probably be Vegas if they don't stick with Geno.
Would you stick with Gino?
I wouldn't I wouldn't go away from Geno for a stick person. Like Geno
Yeah,
can at least get out of the pocket. I mean, I don't see Kirk Cousins being that much better.
right. I mean, when the fans are shocked that you actually took off running, yeah, it means
Right.
you can't run. Nobody don't expect you to run. You shouldn't be running. You're gonna get blowed up. All
And
right.
that's where I wouldn't recommend Kirk Cousins as anybody's starting quarterback. And if you put him as your starting quarterback, I'm sorry.
Hmm. Fair enough. I can't disagree. We see what he's doing. But here's another question. It comes back to the Eagles. What do we do with N'Kobe Dean? I mean, obviously you can't let him go because that would be irresponsible.
I would give him a prove it deal
Mm.
when because his contract is up. I'm going to try to bring him back. I'm going to try to get something signed before the end of the season or before that deadline hits where he becomes a free agent. Try to get something signed, maybe even talk him into a prove it deal because and really like speak like, yeah, you haven't been healthy for us, we haven't been able to get much out of you. Let's see what you can do for us. I run that, and if he
Mm.
doesn't,
I don't know how many games he missed last season, but he was very effective for us. I mean, 128 tackles. So I'm not sure how much
yeah,
he actually missed last season, but he got hurt in the playoffs.
hmm
I think it was the Green Bay game.
yeah, he got hurt the year before though.
Yeah.
Yes, and I think that's where the concern has to be is like longevity. But I would bring him back. I mean, shit, if you got it, if you're able to, you want to bring him back on a new deal. Bring him back on a new
I
deal.
can't
I
imagine a
mean,
prove it deal would get him back at this point because some
yeah,
team would throw money at him just on age and potential. What he's
I
shown when he did
I,
play.
I would, especially if my team needed a middle linebacker who has talent, who's definitely possibly the best covered linebacker on the team.
Like I mean, look at what Green Bay gave dude. I'm drawing a blank on his name right now, but you know what I'm talking about from Philly. He was just there last season.
Yeah,
Why am I drawing a blank on his name?
I'm drawing a blank as well. It's okay.
Okay, well everybody know what the hell we talking about. Went to New England, big money contract. Milton Williams.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Milton Williams. Yeah, and he ain't really doing much now.
he took the overpay. It worked out for both teams. I mean, for him and the team so far. But he took the overpay as he should. And who's to say somebody wouldn't just throw an overpay at N'Kobe Dean?
I'll
So,
say this: if the Eagles win us now, if Eagles repeat, they're not getting nobody back.
no. Blankenship's going to get a big money deal. Phillips is going to get a big money deal. Goddard will probably be back. And yeah, just by being part of it, it's like being a coach on those teams. You get an upgrade just
Hmm.
because your team won a championship. You move one step up. Whether or not
Yeah,
you deserve it is irrelevant. You were just part of that process, and the people second to the top. I mean, the coordinators are gone,
right.
so everybody moves up one step on the ladder. And if you're a player, it's the same thing. Your value is inflated because you just won a Super Bowl. And now you're that guy from the Cowboys who got two interceptions in the Super Bowl but was actually kind of trash. But you signed a big money deal in Arizona. People listening, correct me if I'm wrong on that one. I can't remember his name either. This was a 90s thing now. Anyway, yeah, here's the free agents we're looking at after the season. Jalen Phillips, Kenny Blankenship, Dallas Goddard, N'Kobe Dean, Jahan Dotson, and Braden Mann. Now you can probably get Dotson back on a fair deal. You can probably get Goddard back on a fair market deal, but the other ones are going to be a problem. So
Yeah, I'd say I would put that. I'll put the first and foremost.
yeah,
You got to
oh,
bring.
sorry.
They're gonna have to bring back. They're probably gonna have to bring back Reed. To be honest,
Hmm. Yeah,
they're
probably.
they're gonna have to bring back Reed because they don't have what they need at that position to necessarily maintain success
Hmm.
because they haven't necessarily filled that spot. And then knowing what Jalen Phillips just did for their pass rush, you got to bring him back. Like, there's no question there. You have to. It's like kind of like the law that you bring him back because you don't want to be like, oh yeah, we fucking decided that we didn't want to have a successful, we didn't want to have a pass rush. You got to bring that shit back. We can't do what you just did to start the season. It's embarrassing.
I'm not sure the
Um,
Eagles can afford Phillips and Dean and what's his face, Blankenship. I'm not sure they can afford all three.
yeah, it probably can't.
Hmm.
I don't know.
And I think because of that, we say goodbye to Goddard. Like Goddard's gone. Maybe
I'd say
Granson will hold up.
I'd say let Goddard go because you have Elijah Wilson. I mean, is it Elijah Wilson? That's not Elijah Wilson. Johnny Wilson.
Yeah, yeah. Whatever he's
Stud-
going to contribute, if anything.
I mean, they were excited about him in the offseason. Fucking put some packages together where he's playing tight end.
But first, I have to smoke. Go King Beef. Go King Beef. Go King Beef.
King beef. Whatever that means.
Oh, that's for old people. No, it was a character on Martin called King Beef. It was like, yeah, whenever something would happen, he'd be like, yes, we must. But first, I have two dads. That's all. It's something from Martin.
Old people. Yeah, old people.
Like I said, if you watch Martin, you're probably over 40 and your back hurts right now from sitting in a chair too long.
I am not over 50.
I said 40.
I am not over 40 yet. I didn't get there yet.
Hmm.
I don't
Okay.
have my AARP.
What else do I got? Do I got anything else?
I don't have your list.
No. Okay. Unless something has happened since the show started.
Uh oh. Do 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 do. Remember that?
Hmm?
Remember that? The
Yeah.
do do do
Back
do
when
do
that was
do.
actually a sound that mattered to people. It was like, yeah, yeah, what happened? Let's go listen to Stuart Scott and them, Kenny Man, and all them people. Good old days.
Oh, breaking news.
Is there breaking news?
No, I just like to talk in my headset.
All right, so what shows you been watching? Anything different?
Um, um, no.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, I have not been watching anything. I have been studying quite a bit lately, trying to advance my career.
Whatever now.
So I've been
Uh,
watching a lot of YouTube videos.
okay. Whatever works. It's all for the cause. I thought you were going to talk about like the last episode of Resident Alien or I don't know. I saw Running Man. It was alright.
I I didn't. I want to see Running Man. That's the new because I was watching the guy from Running Man. I was watching his show, Chad Powers. It's really
Same
bad.
dude. Damn.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
really
I guess
bad.
I sent him to watch that Chad Power shit.
No, it's not good. It was not a good show.
I didn't think it would be. It didn't look like it. The only reason to watch it was about football, and nah. Otherwise, I would have seen Blue Mountain State by now.
It's just like so like full of cameos.
What is?
Blue the Chad Power show.
Oh,
It's just so cameo heavy.
ugh. Oh, that's gross. Sign me
Yeah.
out.
Sign me out of the ball game.
UVM men's team, do better. You ain't got no damn business losing to Buffalo. To Buffalo. Come on, do better. That's
What did
my
Boulevard say?
editorial for today. Same to you,
Damn.
Temple. What the fuck? Richmond, 15.
Mm.
Trash.
That should be a lesson to y'all. Don't
Trash.
piss Boulevard off.
I'm not pissed. I'm hurt. I'm upset. I'm disappointed. Huh.
All right, well, I'm going to end up falling asleep on the air. So,
Yeah, I think we're done here. We ain't got nothing else.
ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking around and watching our episode. Have a great
Yeah,
day, great night, or whatever time it is that you are watching.
probably
And
dead.
don't forget to do those 3 words. After you like and subscribe, hit the bench. There.
All right, everybody. Thank you for coming out to check out our show. We'll be back again soon with another episode for you to enjoy. On behalf of GQ and the interns, I'm Boulevard. Peace.